Airborne Sky Soldier Nation. I'm Colonel Josh Gasper, Bayonet 6.
And I'm Command Sergeant Major Matthew Carlson, Bayonet 7.
And we just want to take a few minutes today to give an update on the state of the herd since we last talked and some of the things that we've been doing.
So over the past few months, we've had 6 airborne operations, exceeding about 1,100 paratroopers throughout Europe. Last week, we graduated 39 jump masters, 37 of those coming from this brigade. So we're continuing to build jump masters, not just for this brigade, but for our Army.
That's awesome, Sergeant Major. I mean, so 37 plus 2, so 39 jump masters, 7 rangers, 2 sappers, 1 sniper, 2 master fitness trainers, and the list goes on and on and on. And so just want to take a second and talk about the recognition ceremony that we had a chance to do a few weeks back down here in SETA, where some of those folks got to come out in front of the formation and recognize them and say, hey, awesome for the work they've done. But I think the most powerful moment was when they got to throw down the gauntlet and the challenge out to some of the folks in the crowd and say, hey, here's the challenge to you. I want you to be like me. I want you to go get your Ranger tab. I want you to go to Jump Master School. I want you to go become a Master Fitness Trainer. And I thought that was super powerful to see the formation and to look at the future and the legacy that this brigade does, because success breeds success.
Speaking of legacy, we recently had our first leader legacy with Mr. Jim Matchin. He served in Vietnam as a platoon leader in 2503. We are hosting another one on 21 March. Our guest speaker for that will be First Sergeant Travis Stoddard, who currently serves as a First Sergeant in Bull Battery, NOTA. He was part of Operation Northern Delay on 26 March 2003.
Oh, having First Sergeant Stoddard come down here and share his story is going to be awesome. Man, I've known that guy since I was second lieutenant. It's going to be unbelievably have him up on the stage and talking about his experience, but I think really talking about, and Sergeant Major, you know, man, what this brigade means to each one of us and the history that we have and how powerful it is for what we have going on here. From a training perspective, you know, over the last few months since we last chatted, you know, been in I think about 6 or 7 different countries. 4 of those countries we were doing live fires, particularly focusing in on the team and the squad. So where like lethality matters the most to those team leaders and squad leaders, building great leaders at that small unit level. You know, you got Dagger and the 54th getting after in terms of counter mobility, survivability, and the big intelligence exercise that we did with folks from Sabre up north and Hohenfels, with the brigade intelligence support element down here in Italy, and infusing all those different sources of information intelligence together to get that good rep. You know, you had Rappel down south in Monte Romano doing really expeditionary sustainment operations in a contiguous and a non-contiguous type environment, and then doing a team live fire themselves down there, which is pretty awesome to see those sustainers getting after it. And then really with King and Sabre up north and what they have going on, different tables for the artillery folks, and then Sabre doing a variety of live fires up at GTA and then down in Croatia. It's been a pretty powerful moment.
So over the next few months, a couple months here, we're going to be sending people back to the States to compete in various competitions. We have 2 teams that will be competing in the Best Ranger competition. We're sending a team to Best Sapper to compete at Fort Leonard Wood. We have the All Army Combatives at Fort Moore as well, followed by the Best Mortars and Best Snipers. So we'll have 173rd representation in all these competitions.
That's awesome. In a few weeks, I think we have Best Medic down at Fort Sam Houston, which will be pretty awesome. Got a chance to talk to Sergeant Hedberg today about it. Him and Sergeant Martinez is going to represent us, and it's going to be pretty cool for those folks to get out there and do it. You know, the power of this business is accountability. And so we would be remiss if we didn't take the opportunity to talk a little bit about where we need your help. So over the last few months, we've had 5 DUIs. We've had 6 positive tests for illicit drugs that are out there. We've had far more sexual assault and sexual harassment incidents than we want. And so like, what does this mean? It means like, hey, we can talk about all these good things, but none of that matters if we don't hold each other accountability and have the discipline to be the standard for what we expect out of one another. And you know, we talk about it all the time, but I think it comes down to love. Love of one another, love of being there for one another, love of like holding people to the highest of standards, because that's what we expect. That's what we expect on the hardest of our days. And so we need to do it regardless of the scenario, regardless of the situation. So for everybody out there, need everyone to double down and make sure that we're certainly tight with our teammates out there and being accountable to one another because it matters a lot.
Lastly, I'd like to say a thank you for everyone who raised their right hand to continue to serve in our Army. We were able to make FY24 mission 6 months early. It's not just great for this brigade, but it's great for our Army, keeping those and retaining the best of the best.
That's awesome. And so fiscal year 25, still out there. So go see your recruiter. And if you want to talk about what's on the horizon, what's the life, man, come hit up Sergeant Major and I. We'd love to chat with you and share our experience and make sure you're making the best decision for you, your family, and what your future might look like. And so where are we going? So what's on the horizon? So a few key things. Number one, here in just a few short weeks, we have folks kind of kicking out to a variety of different training areas, Croatia, Slovenia, doing a variety more different live fires and situational training exercises known as 6 training. We got really kind of command post exercises, the brigade level, battalion level, bringing ourselves together to talk about and rep some of the mission command systems that we have out there. So an awesome few weeks ahead. In the middle of March, I think it's March 14th, we have an all-female jump during that JAT week, which is going to be awesome to get all the females out there in a few aircraft under silk, coming together and going to have some good conversations amongst themselves. So that'll be really cool. In April, May, we have swift response coming up. That'll be great to have battalions. We'll have Eagle, 1503 up in Sweden. We'll have 2503 out in North Macedonia. And then we'll have the variety of the battalions and squadrons kind of dispersed between Germany and Italy. Just a chance for us to get a good rep underneath the 11th Airborne Division headquarters that's coming out from Alaska for us to plug into that. And I'll kind of end with what's on the horizon, like D-Day 80. Man, what a powerful event for kind of the airborne community to come together, do some awesome jumps, remember history, and really honor all those that came before us. And what it really means to us, and really like a global-wide event. So you look at kind of what's coming up and just tons of exciting things that are out there. Man, we couldn't be prouder of the brigade to be a part of the team.
Sky Soldiers.